Today's video is where should I live when moving to Powder Springs, Georgia. Powder Springs, Georgia is very close to Marietta. It's in metro Atlanta and it's in Cobb County. So it's a great area for families, for single people as well. You're very close to Atlanta, 30 to 40 minutes from Atlanta. Great shopping, great restaurants. But in today's video, we're going to talk about places to live, where it's a good idea to live in Powder Springs. We're going to go over 7 key points. Be sure to stick to the end. I got something cool to tell you at the end and something that you'll need to know. But let's get right to the video. Hello friends, and welcome to my Living in Marietta, Georgia channel. If you're new to this channel, it's all about what it's really like to live in Marietta, Georgia and surrounding areas. And if you're not new here, welcome back. Number 1, when making a move to Powder Springs, Georgia, probably the biggest thing you need to be aware of is Powder Springs is a city that's in 2 different counties. So being in 2 different counties, you have 2 different school systems. The tax structure is slightly different. But, you know, living in one county, Cobb County, is different than living in Paulding County. So when making a move to Powder Springs, Georgia, be sure that we do a little bit of research and make sure you know which county you want to live in and the benefits, pros and cons of each county. Probably do another video on pros and cons of Cobb versus Paulding for people wanting to make a move to Powder Springs, Georgia. But in this video, it's just more of a general video. Just be aware there's 2 different counties if you're looking to make a move in Powder Springs, Georgia. Now let's look at number 2. Number 2 is which main highway or highways do you want to live closer to if in Powder Springs, Georgia. Powder Springs is kind of an odd-shaped county, kind of long and thin and a little bit of curves to it. So one end of Powder Springs, you're very close to Highway 20, which is closer to Douglasville, which is a little closer to a different side of Atlanta than if you live on the west side of Powder Springs, Georgia, which is closer to Highway 75 and Highway 285. Those highways will take you more so straight into Atlanta. But which highway do you want to live near to get to work or restaurants or play or family or church or wherever you're going when living in Powder Springs, Georgia? So big difference on the highway systems. Which one do you want to be near? If you need help with that, reach out to me and I'll give you some good direction on benefits of living by 20 or living by Highway 75 or Highway 285. Now let's look at number 3. Number 3 is the school ratings. So in the high school system, you know, go to greatschools.org for school ratings. If you want to, that's what I use. But generally speaking, some of the high schools in Powder Springs are a 9, every now and then a 10, rated closer to a 6. So be aware that there's a pretty big difference in school ratings, and even middle schools a bit bigger of a swing in elementary schools. But I use greatschools.org for research on school ratings. They do change quite often. They don't change a lot. Like I don't know that I've ever seen a school go from a 5 to a 10 or vice versa. But big difference in school ratings in Powder Springs, Georgia. So you want to check that out. That also sometimes can affect property values. So now let's look at number 4. Number 4 is the property value. So at one end of Powder Springs, in Paulding County, the prices of property might fluctuate or grow or decrease different than the Cobb County side. So just be aware of property values. Also, since the high schools have different ratings, sometimes that can affect property values. So when making a move to Powder Springs, Georgia, you want to know which county, which school district, and how that affects your property values and the potential property value increases or decreases. So do a little research there, but just be aware, slight difference in property value and growth of property value since we're in 2 different counties and big swings in school rating system. Number 5 is the hospital. So one end of Powder Springs, we are closer to Kennestone Hospital, and another end of Powder Springs, we're closer to Cobb General Hospital. So if you have medical needs, medical concerns, then you'll want to do some research and look to see if you want to be a little bit closer to Cobb General, or if you want to be on the other side, a little closer to Kennestone Hospital. So lots of great doctors in between those 2 hospitals, but if you have a hospital concern or if you need to be near a hospital or have family that needs to be near a hospital, just be aware that you have two different ends of hospitals. They're both, I'll let you do the research on the hospitals, but one end you're over by Cobb General, the other end you're over by Kennestone. Number 6 is the malls and shopping and restaurants. So one end of Powder Springs, you're closer to a big mall over in Douglasville. I know malls aren't such a big thing these days with a lot of online purchases, but also the restaurants. So if you're getting out and going out and enjoying a nice meal with the family, we have different restaurants and different opportunities on the side that's closer to Douglasville and closer to 20. Or if you're on the other side of Powder Springs, you're closer to Marietta, closer to the avenues, closer to Barrett Parkway, which takes you into Marietta, Kennesaw area, and malls and lots of restaurants. Both are great restaurants. Both have great access to the restaurant. Both are, you're also always 30 to 40 minutes from downtown Atlanta and a lot of those restaurants. But just be aware of the different sides of the county, different sides of Powder Springs, get you to different sides of counties, which will give you a different access to different restaurants. Now let's look at number 7. Number 7 can be super important, and it can also help a little bit with your sanity. So if you're on the side of Powder Springs that's closer to 20, and that's more so West Cobb than the East Cobb side of Powder Springs, then you're going to have less traffic. So a little bit less, there's still traffic. We're still in Metro Atlanta, but it's not nearly as bad as on from one side to the other. So personally, I live kind of in the middle and have the ability to kind of wiggle around. There's always great access and side roads to go through in pretty much anywhere you live in Powder Springs. But definitely, if you're over toward the East Cobb side of Powder Springs, you're going to have different traffic than if you're on the west side. The west side has more trees and more big 4-lane roads that take you a lot of different side roads, whereas the east side, there's side roads, but the east side with the side roads are just as congested as the other most of the main roads. So it's kind of one and the same of going which way you're going to go, right? So traffic can be a big deal in Powder Springs. There is road construction continuously always. That's really a more of a Metro Atlanta thing. But if you need any help with any of those tips about Powder Springs, I've lived in Powder Springs a long time. Also lived in other cities in Metro Atlanta, so reach out to me. I'm Dan Hilsman. I'm a real estate broker. I get calls almost daily from people about their moves to Powder Springs, Marietta, and surrounding areas. Happy to get on a call with you too. You can reach me through a call, a text, an email, or schedule a Zoom call using the calendar link in the description below. However you want to get a hold of me, I've got your back when making a move to Marietta, Georgia, Powder Springs, Georgia, or any of those surrounding areas. So, and today, this is a live background, so Chattahoochee River, and I thought it'd be a great place to do a video. About to watch my son play a college baseball game at Point University, but love nature, love being outside, love beautiful live backgrounds as opposed to nothing wrong with green screens. I guess I personally don't use one. Come outside to do some videos, but yep, beautiful day here, and love to help you if I can. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.